Are you lacking a little bit of energy? Do you need a little bit of a boost? Or maybe you just want a tasty beverage? I got you covered. Introducing G Fuel, a sugar-free formula with loads of different flavors to choose from that'll give you a boost. These are a couple of the flavors out of the many that I really like. Now, G Fuel also has a non-caffeine line called Hydration, and these are absolute bangers containing a lot of electrolytes and vitamins. By using code SALT, you can get 20% off your purchase right now. Link in the description of the video. If you miss the salt, it's not my fault. What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we're a full new Generation 9 moves team. Last week, I did the new signature moves team, and these moves left that are highlighted here are all the new ones that are not signature. Surprisingly, most of them were signature, which I think is kind of unusual. Normally, it's like the other way around. So I've got two battles today, and I've got two separate teams covering the remaining of these moves. If you enjoyed the videos, people, hit that like button if you want to support the channel there, and if you're new, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. First battle here, we got a Meowstic versus Iron Treads matchup. The new move that the Iron Treads has got is Ice Spinner. Ice Spinner is an ice type move. I know that's incredible stuff there. I bet you didn't know that. And it's got 80 base power, and what it does, it actually ends the effects of terrain. So I thought I could run a fun little set here with electric terrain. So this is a physical Iron Treads. I've got Max Attack and Max Speed Jolly Nature, and I've got Ice Spinner, Steel Roller, which is another move that actually works to destroy terrains, which I thought would be pretty fun. And I've got Stomping Tantrum, so I could use Steel Roller and Stomping Tantrum if there was no terrain on the field. So we got the Meowstic swapping out there, and we got the Azumarill swapping in. It actually, it's shiny yellow, suits the electric terrain. So go for the Ice Spinner there. Obviously, that's not going to do a lot of damage to Azumarill, but Ice Spinner is a very nice move there that quite a lot of physical attackers get, because there's really no drawback to using it. It's 80 base power, it's 100% actually. I guess the only drawback is getting rid of a terrain. That's really it. So you'll find quite a few Pokemon actually run this move. So obviously I was going to go for a Steel Roller double base power fail on the Stomping Tantrum, but it had the Aqua Jet, unfortunately. So next Pokemon is going to be Houndour. Houndour, I'm deliberately using this because I want a Pokemon that isn't very bulky, because we're going to use the move Comeuppance. What this move does, it's basically Metal Burst, but it's a dark type move, and obviously you return the damage dealt to you at 1.5 times, so it's great. So it's sort of like, it's like Metal Burst, but obviously like Counter and Mirror Coat, it doesn't have a negative priority, so you need to have like a really slow Pokemon to make the most use out of it. And Houndour really isn't super duper slow, so I ran that one as a Max Attack and Max Special Attack set. Protect, Sucker Punch, Fire Blast. We had Comeuppance, and I had the items Focus Sash, and ability is going to be Early Bird. So that was that set. Next Pokemon we got is Forretress, and it has got the new move Pounce. So Pounce is a bug type move, 50 base power, and it has a 100% chance of dropping the target speed by 1. I'd say not many people are going to give Pounce a go at all, because let's face it, there's a lot of better bug type moves out there, and bug itself is the greatest type in the world. But what I did here is I tried to make, like I said, based around a speedy Forretress. So I gave it Max Speed, Jolly Nature, and Max Attack, and I gave it flinching moves. So Iron Head, Rock Slide, Explosion with a normal gem, Sturdy as the ability. So it's a pretty fun set. So that's going to be the end of the Meowscarlet there. Meowscarlet actually got around my Pounce with Sucker Punch, unfortunately. So in comes a Flutter Mane, and it's going to flutter my Forretress right out of this battle, with virtually an Ember could have taken me out at that point. This team was quite very competitive as well. Next Pokemon is going to be Gallade. I've got a Sharpness Gallade here, and the move we're going to be looking at is going to be Aqua Cutter. I thought it'd be pretty fun to run this as a Water Terror, because we're mainly looking at Aqua Cutter here. So Aqua Cutter is 70 base power. It's got a high critical hit ratio of 1/8. So it's virtually just another critting move, but a water critting move, which is cool. So I gave this Gallade all of the moves that have a high crit ratio, and obviously that work with Sharpness as well. I tried to do the majority of them. So we had Psycho Cut, Shadow Claw, and Stone Miss, and ability Sharpness. So the slicing moves get multiplied by 1.5 times, which works very well when you have crit and the Sharpness at the same time. Scope Lens is the item, Max Attack, and Max Speed Jolly Nature. So we got this Clodsire coming in now. I was able to hit this with a Psycho Cut, And we have the Screamtail coming in here. You can see Screamtail's expression is, it's just screaming its lungs out right now. So go for the Aqua Takata. I got the Terra Water up. Did some really good damage here. Now the Screamtail is going to be setting up the Reflect. So Reflect is going to make things a little bit more difficult. Well, if you're not having a critting Pokemon like me. So I'm getting past those Reflects there for now. And I'm going to take out the Screamtail. Also today, people, I am double uploading. So there will be another theme team a little bit later on too. So make sure you check that out as well. I'll give you a clue. This is the clue for the next video. It has something to do with bananas. Now, we got them, nearly called it Mischievous. Fluttermane coming back in here. I managed to tank the attack of the Energy Ball and took it out with a Shadow Claw crit. So Glade is popping off at the moment. I mean, Glade is actually a very good physical attacker, and it's got the moves for sharpness too, which is really, really good. So now we're going to get a green Dragonite called PIMPNITE, and this Dragonite is going to be a Terra Normal set, as a lot of them are. Terra Normal is extremely good on Dragonite, having that priority, extreme speed. Dragonite's overall bulk, good ability, very, very good Pokemon there. So here comes the extreme speed normal. No way I'm going to be leaving that one on such a low amount of health. I mean, let's be real, a normal extreme speed would have fainted there. But a quality performance there by Glade. So I've got 2 more Pokemon left, and we've got some more new moves to show off here. Next Pokemon is going to be Dragalge. So this is a bulky set, and the move we got here is Chilling Water. So Chilling Water is quite a good move there. It's got a 50 base power, but the effect of it's quite good because it has a 100% chance to drop the opponent's attack by 1 stage. So it's very, very good on support Pokemon or just, bulky Pokemon. So we've got Chilling Water, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Acid Spray. Poison Point is the ability, Black Sludge as the item, max health and max special defense and bold nature. So an all-round tanky set. Now this is actually quite funny because this Chilling Water really did save my bacon here against this Dragonite, because it had the capacity to set up the Dragon Answers, and I just kept dropping its attack over and over again, and it also stalled out the Reflect too. So the Dragonite is trying to actually flinch me with Iron Head here, but I just keep dropping its attack over and over. And I also can have my Acid Spray to drop the special defense too. By 2 stages. I thought this would be a fun set to run, really bulky, and the capacity to not only drop the attack and the special defense of the opponent. So this actually went on for quite a while with this Dragonite and Clodsire core. Since I lost my Glade and I didn't have Psycho Cut anymore, this actually was a really, really big problem. So I'm going to go for Acid Spray here. Obviously, I'm going to do hardly any damage to this at all. I don't really know what its ability is either. I'd say it's either running Unaware or it's running Water Absorb, but I didn't really have, I didn't really want to test it either in case healing it up would be kind of bad, right? So I just kept going for Acid Spray over and over again. Plus, I wanted to see what sort of set this was, whether it's just going to be a standard set or it's going to be something different. And now it's going to go for a stockpile. So this is really bad. Clodsire already has a lot of bulk as it is already, so after multiple stockpiles, this thing is going to be insanely bulky. So there's one other Pokemon that I've got left here that I haven't used yet, and it does have a decent chance of doing some good damage, but not with too many stockpiles up. So I've got to swap it out now, and we're going to go into Houndstone, of course. So another new move in Generation 9 is going to be the Last Suspect. So Last Suspect is actually learned by Basculegion as well, but it's not in the game. I'm sure it will be in the game eventually. So this move, as you know, starts off at 50 base power, and it gains an additional 50 base power for every time a party member is fainted. This also includes members that get fainted and brought back and fainted again, stuff like that. So it's a really, really powerful move. So it's a ghost type move, and I'm sure you've heard of it. It's probably one of the most popular moves there, definitely when it first came out, and still now. It's very, very powerful. I've built this Houndstone extremely bulky with Fluffy as ability. So Fluffy's going to halve the damage from any contacting moves, and it's going to take 2 times from the fire moves. Now, this is Last Suspect's Rest, Body Press, and Yawn. Chesterberry as the item, max health and max defense, Careful Nature. It's very, very good. It does a lot of damage with Last Suspect, especially if you leave it to last. Pardon the pun there. And then you've got Body Press. So Body Press is basically hits any other Pokemon that are normal types or anything like that. And it works very, very well. And people don't really expect a bulky Houndstone. They more expect like the speedy Sand Rush sort of set there. So anyway, this part went for so long. So I was really trying to get rid of this Clodsire. Clodsire just kept stalling and stalling me. So I'm thinking to myself, the only way to get around this, or I might be able to get a swap here. So I went for the Yawn, and also I haven't actually revealed that I've got Rest yet. So I'm sort of getting my health down to a low amount, making maybe it look like I don't have any recovery. And now we've got a swap there on Clodsire, which is very, very important. Now this turn, I absolutely had to go for the Rest here, and with the Chesto Berry, I can wake up right away, which is going to be very, very good. Now, since the Dragonite has gone for a Terra Normal, that means my body presses are going to be super effective, which is going to be really, really good. So I'm going to eat my berry there in my sleep. It's funny when you go to sleep, to wake yourself up, you have to eat something. That doesn't make much sense, does it? Like, well, I don't know. I guess you like. I know people like sleepwalk and stuff, but has anyone ever eat before? Surely that hasn't happened before. So, like, has anyone ever sleepwalked before? Like, let me know in the comment section. And has anyone ever gone to the fridge and eaten something while they were asleep? Surely not. Surely there's probably that one person there. Anyway, so I managed to get some good damage there on the Clodsire. Really, really good damage. Body press doing like a thumping 2 health. And now I'm going to go for the last suspects. That's going to do a lot of damage now. Stockpile is going to be obviously the Clodsire's play, but since I outsped it, I got that really big additional damage there, and it's going to be able to take it out in 2 shots, which is very, very good, because before this thing managed to get a stockpile up earlier, and then when I attacked it, it wasn't doing as much. But finally, I got rid of the Clodsire. It was so bulky and stolly. Now, the last Pokemon I've got left here is Dragonite. Now, Dragonite has only got a little bit of health remaining. I already know that it does have Roost, but I don't think they're going to use it at this stage of the game. They're going to try and flinch me with Iron Head. So, Dragonite's going to go for a Roost here. But even so, I can definitely stall out its Roost with Body Press, and I've got Rest myself, So Dragonite is really going to struggle for damage here, especially with Fluffy as the ability to. So Dragonite's finally going to go down to the Body Press, and that is the end of the first battle. That went for a very, very long time, just trying to get around. It was almost that Clodsire and Dragonite core there. It took ages to get around. Thank you, Jimmy, for the battle. Let's get on to battle number 2. This is a battle against Psy Master 69, and this is also a very long battle too. So now we've got a different team, and we've got some different new moves to show off here. Let me just bring this one up. So we're starting with Psychothar. So of course we've got Shed Tail, which is a very, very interesting move and very, very powerful too. So it is shared by Orthworm. And this set is going to be a pretty cool set. So we've got Max Special Attack and Max Speed, Modest Nature, Eject Pack and Draco Meter, which works really, really nice with Regenerator. And also Shed Tail too. So Shed Tail sacrifices half your health and sets up a substitute and passes that on, which is an extremely good move there for setting up a sweeping Pokemon, a frail Pokemon, anything like that. In my opinion, Orthworm is a better Shed Tail user because it goes last compared to Psychothar, which goes first. But still, it's got Regenerator, and it still is very, very good. So I'm going to Regenerate pass there onto a Persian. Persian I've got in this set. It's got the new move, Trailblaze. Trailblaze is a Grass-type move, 50 base power, and has a 100% chance to boost the speed by 1. I don't see too many Pokemon actually making use of Trailblaze like super competitively, but it is a fun little move there to increase the speed. Now, I ran like a bulky physical attacking Persian, so I thought I could go max health and max attack out of nature, use Trailblaze to boost up my speed. Then I gave it a King's Rock, and I gave it Fury Swipes, and we got Bite and Aerial Waste too there. So a little bit of a fun set with Technician as the ability, and I was getting some good Fury Swipes off here, and I was getting some good misses as well at the same time. So I'm going to go furiously Fury Swiping at the moment. Oh, that Psychothar set. That was a Draco Meteor, Hyper Beam, and Thunderbolt, and Regenerator and Eject Pack there. So it's a fully special Psychothar, and it actually wasn't all that bad. It got some good surprise KOs. I managed to pass off quite a lot of Shed Tails too. With you could get that Eject Pack with the Draco Meter, which is like another way of restoring your health with Regenerate. So I'm trying to get rid of this Swords Bite, right? He was using Horn Leech, getting its health back. I was going for Fury Swipes. I was furiously trying to get a flinch here, and I managed to get 5 hits in a row. You wouldn't read about it, and lived on 1 health and got a flinch. So that was really, really lucky there. Now, Swordsbuck is going to be swapping out into Brambleghast. Now, I actually went for a bite here, just on the low chance that Brambleghast would come in, and I got some excellent bite damage with the Technician ability. I got hit by the Rocky Helmet, and now the Brambleghast is going to swap out and go back into Glimora. So Glimora was the Terra Poison you got to see. No, I've never seen a Glimora lead in my life. It's very, very rare stuff, people. So now the Toxic Debris is going to set the Toxic Spikes up on the field, and I'm just going to go for the Fury Swipes. So I hope I can take this out. I actually got a critical hit there, which is really cool. So one more will take out the Glimora, and the Persian Fury Swipes did take it out, which is nice. I actually was thinking about running loaded dice Fury Swipes too, but I thought I'd go for some scummy flinches. Next Pokemon is Clodsire, not another Clodsire. I can't take it anymore. Seriously, like, every time I see this Pokemon, like, here we go again, people. It's going to be like massive stall. So I got a couple of solid hits up on there on the Clodsire, but really, it did nothing. Clodsire is extremely bulky, and it's going to finish me off there with a Poison Jab. Into Psychozor now. Now, Cycler is a special set, and I might be able to go for a Draco Meteor, or I could, set up a Shed Tail. I decided to go for the Draco Meteor just for some damage, and then now with the Jetpack, they would automatically swap it out and heal it back to full health. So good damage here on Clodsire. A Jetpack is going to swap me out automatically and heal me up fully. Now we're going to go into Beartic. So Beartic has got the new move Snowscape. So Snowscape is a replacement to Hail, and it lasts for 5 turns. But the great thing about it, it buffs Ice type by 1.5 in defense. So a mega buff there for Hail. The only difference is it doesn't do any damage to, there's no damage compared to what Hail used to be there, which, I don't know, this is the question of the day too, if you're still watching. Do you like the buff to Hail? Sorry, I mean from Hail to Snowscape, or do you like the old Hail better? Discuss in the comment section. I'd like to hear what you think. I actually like Snowscape better. I guess there's a little bit of a drawback. There's no damage to, like, Pokemon that, say if you're running an Ice type team and the opponent doesn't have Ice types. I mean, there is that, but I don't know, I definitely feel like the defensive boost outweighs, like, the positives there. Like, definitely got the negatives and stuff like that. So Clodsire is going to take up my Beartic. This was a troll set. It was Icy Rock, Snowscape, Snow Cloak as the ability, Sheer Cold, Rest, and Focus Punch. So I tried to get that that Snowscape with the Snow Cloak Focus Punch to work there, but to no avail. Also had Sheer Cold too, and Rest to heal it up. It's surprising how much it actually makes it more bulky. So now we got the Swordsbuck coming in here. It only has a little bit of health, and with this Psychozor on the field, I obviously went for the Hyper Beam before there. I knew that I could probably maybe live the next attack. So I'm going to get seeded by the Swordsbuck, and it's going to be the Wintercoat too. Now I'm going to do a Swordsbuck and Dealing team, like, very, very soon too. It's one I've wanted to do for a really, really long time. So maybe expect that, like, next week or the week after. So now we got the Swordsbuck swapping out here, and we got the Brambleghast coming back in, obviously expecting maybe like another Hyper Beam, and yeah, that's what I did. I went for the Hyper Beam, but this doesn't have a lot of health left, so I can go for another attacking move. I mean, it might get a little bit back from the Leech Seed and stuff like that, but I'm confident I can take it out with that Draco Meteor. Then I could go for the Draco Meteor, then I could swap it out again. So go for the Draco Meteor, and that is the end of Brambleghast, so there's no more Ghost-type Pokemon to swap in, to any of those normal-type moves. Now, Psychozor is going to take some more damage. I've got one more turn here. Do I want to stay in and, maybe do a bit of damage with Brute Bonnet or swap it out, that sort of thing? So I decided to go for the final Hyper Beam there. I have no idea what Brute Bonnet was going to do, and it uses Trailblaze, so that's another new move too that I got to show you on my Persian. So that's the end of Psychozor, but it did a pretty good job there. So the snow is going to stop, and now we're going to go into Pawmon. So Pawmon has got another new move. I'm sure you've heard of Revival Blessing here. I've used it a lot of times. Yesterday I did a Electrode Explosion only sweep, which is pretty cool, so you should check it out if you haven't already. We did make use of this move, and there was lots of salt. So Revival Blessing is known by Pawmon and Rabscar, so it isn't a signature move, but it is a new move. And I thought, you know what, my poor Beartic, it didn't really get a chance to shine very much, so I'm going to bring it back. This has got Revival Blessing, Nuzzle, Sweet Kiss, and Metronome. Natural Cure as the ability. Item is going to be Citrus Berry, Max Health, and Max Speed, Adamant Nature. So a little bit of a fun set there. I didn't want to run like the usual standard one, so I just put on Revival Blessing and some other fun moves like Sweet Kiss and Nuzzle for paralysis, Parafusion, and Metronome is a little bit of fun too. So I've got a little bit of time left there, and we got this Brute Bonnet, just basically spamming Trailblaze against me. But the main thing is there, I did bring back my Bear Tick because I'm going to go for a Sheer Cold here. I was like, I should be able to live this Trailblaze and then set up my Snowscape, but then again, I've only got half health, so like, you know what, I'm going to risk it. So here comes the Trailblaze, does a good amount of damage there to my Bear Tick, and I went for the Sheer Cold, and it landed, so that is going to be the end of the Brutal Bonnet. I mean, it did have a pretty brutal, actually, Brutal Bonnet sounds better than Brute Bonnet, like you have to admit, right? So Bear Ticket's got his last legs here. Here comes the Sword Spark. It's like, nah, I'm not going to outspeed that, and Sword Spark's going to finish me off there with a Horn Leech. Now, there's only 2 more Pokemon on the opponent's team here, so I got a pretty good idea of what to use here. So the next Pokemon I'm thinking about bringing in here has got a move that like lots of Pokemon use. So we've got a Abomasnow, and it has got the move Terra Blast. So Terra Blast is basically the new hidden power. However, yeah, it's not only special, it's physical, and you can control it with the Terra, which is pretty cool. So I don't know, like, this is another question too. Do you like Terra Blast, or do you like hidden power? Like, I think it's cool that you're never really able to control the hidden power very easily unless you specifically go for certain IVs. Whereas, Terra Blast, you can use the Terra and get it automatically. Now, I thought it'd be pretty fun to run Terra Fire on Abomasnow because it is 4 times weaker. So we got Terra Blast, Fire, and Water Pulse, Giga Drain, and Blizzard. Now, I don't know why they swapped their Dragapult into that, because they're both weak to ice, so I don't know what they were expecting there, but that was a really, really risky swap, and so I've got no idea what was going through the opponent's head there. Maybe it was just a lucky swapping, because, let's be real, Abomasnow's always got an Ice-type move, right? So that had Giga Drain, Blizzard, Water Pulse, Soundproof is the ability, because I wanted the Bear Tick to set up the Snowscape, Assault Vest as the item, Max Health, and Max Special Attack. So now we're going to go into the final Pokemon here, which is going to be Ting Lu. Now, Ting Lu has a cool move there that all the Ruinous Pokemon get. It's called Ruination. So Ruination does damage, which is going to be equal to half the opponent's health. So basically a Dark-type Super Fang, and it's kind of annoying because it has 90% accuracy. It doesn't have 100%, which is, yeah, it's pretty much a Super Fang, but a Dark-type move. So there you go. It's a fixed damage move. And all the Ruinous Pokemon have got this. I've got Sandtomb, Rest, Sleep Talk, Rocky Helmet as the item, and I've got Max Health and Max Special Defense, Careful Nature. But a very, very bulky Pokemon. And now it's going to be taking like multiple Horn Leeches here. So since I wasn't running a physical set, a defensive set, I was running a special defensive set there. Swordspark was doing a fair bit of like amount of damage to me too. And since it only had like a bit of health left, since the Dragalage actually swapped out there, I was going to go for Ruination against it. Ruination doesn't work very well on opponents that have like a small amount of health. It's better like early on, and then as you do it more often, it gets less damage because obviously the opponent's getting a low amount of health, and then you're doing half and half and half and half and that sort of thing. Eventually you get all the way down to 1 health, and you actually can take the opponent out when they are on 1 health with the certain fixed damage moves. So this Swordspark has got Dig as its move. I'm like, oh no, which is really bad because if you think about it, my Abomasnow is it's fire now. It's a fire type, so I'm going to take a full Dig here on Abomasnow. So now I'm going to get hit by the Dig there. I lived. I was like, yes, that extra bulk and health really, really actually did help. And now I can go for the Terrafire on the Swordspark. Swordspark is finally going to faint there after all this time. I thought it was going to faint like a lot earlier than that. And now we've only got the Dragalage left, and I can go for the Blizzard. And I was hoping I could outspeed this, and then I can, finish it off there because it's already taken some damage. So now I'm going to go for the Blizzard. I got super effective damage. 3 minutes left there, and Blizzard misses on the final turn. And now I'm going to get taken out by a Sludge Bomb. And that's it, people. A very, very salty finish to the battle there. But that's all of the new moves for Gen 9. Hope you enjoyed it. There's going to be another video later on. Make sure you catch that one, and peace out.